I won't put you through all of this because there's a lot of it.
Yo. Yo, okay. Okay. This song goes hard. What are you talking about, dog?
You heard the original, right? Honestly, I think this might be better than the original.
This guy probably kills it at karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think this is like his grandson's college, like film class project or something?
Oh no, I bet this guy just does this on his own.
Yo.
Yo, who's this guy called?
I don't know. He's well, apparently Zuck's demo recordings recorded this. This is Michael R. Mattis covering M's pop music.
Computers.
So, yeah.
Now on to the horrors.
Now for the roller coaster to drop. Starting with, in a move that only serves to baffle and confuse people, I guess MSNBC's changing its name to MS Now, which sounds like you're asking for a disease.
Yeah, this sounds like a site to get you news for multiple sclerosis, which is a very weird rebrand for a news like My Source. Like,
yeah, it's super odd. I don't know why the fuck they did it. This, like,
I really feel like a lot of companies kind of emulating what Twitter's doing, like shitifying their logo.
Yeah, right. So did like the NBC parent company liquidate the channel or something? That like they can't call themselves NBC anymore?
I think that, yeah, that's what happened. Like, MSNBC in some sort of business dealing got sold, I guess. So I don't know if they're legally allowed to use NBC. Actually look that up. My Source News. Which is funny, because I thought the MS originally stood for, like, Microsoft Network somehow.
Wait, is that always stood
Comcast
for My Source?
is apparently making them into a new company called Versant. Sorry, what were you saying?
Wait, it's not Microsoft?
I think it was at the start, but, you know, they've been owned by the Comcast bubble for forever.
Yeah, I'm curious
The name of
myself.
MSNBC. Yeah, NBC.
Oh, yeah,
is
you're
Microsoft. Microsoft Network PC.
I knew it. I
And
knew
they
that I
dumped it
was
in, like,
right.
2005.
See, the thing is, I didn't keep up with it because why would you ever watch it MSNBC?
Well, according to this guy, it had a brand built over the years with trust, recognition, and value.
I mean, it is recognizable. You like, oh, that's NBC. You know, it's the Peacock. You know,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
big
it's the
fans of
cock.
cocks around here. Yeah, it. I don't know. It seems like a microblog logo now. It's not recognizable.
Yeah, this does look like crank shit.
And plus, And plus, if I really wanted like mediocre, like shit lib like opinions, I would watch like the Daily Show or something. You know, I didn't need an actual news front for that.
Well, I think that we're going to get MS Now for years to come as a source for all your favorite things that piss off Rachel Maddow. In other news, one of Eric Adams' campaign advisors tried to pay off a journalist with a chip bag filled with money.
Dude, this story is fucking wild because like Greco was all like, actually, if you think about it, this is kind of what the Chinese people do with the red envelopes. Which there's a couple things wrong with all this. One, you're not Chinese, and two, that's New Year shit, dog. It's fucking August. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was the Asian Affairs advisor who's pictured
Oh,
on
it
the
was
right
her.
here.
Okay, sorry. I thought Winnie was another weird aide to Adams. And the weird thing is, like, Eric Adams has like 200 billion aides, and they're all weirder and more incompetent than the last one. I thought Winnie was like that Italian woman that he hangs around with for some reason. I don't even know what she does.
Yeah, we'll give you that Winnie Greco doesn't sound like the most Chinese name in the world, but like she switched names with that lady from Seinfeld.
Ah, okay. See, that's where I got mixed up.
Yeah. I don't think that blaming it on like, oh, this is a tradition we do where we hand people money in Hare's onion ring bags secretly as a part of our celebration for Christmas or whatever it's supposed to be. That it's not Chinese right now.
It's Chinese New Year. It's a red is a very important color. Red and gold is an important color to New Year, and you're giving them a fortune, which is a little bit of money. It's a sign of goodwill.
Yeah, this is a great sign of goodwill for the Eric Adams campaign. I'm sure that I'm sure that this is the limits of the jackassery we're gonna see out of this shit going forward.
No, this has some choice quotes like, "I just wanted to be her friend. I really wanted to be her friend," and it's just like, which one is it? Which one is it? Don't tell people.
I was trying to find a friend in this business or something. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to be
one
a friend.
Good friend. It's nothing.
Okay, there's so many things wrong with it. One, when caught, turned herself in or showed her whole ass. She's like, "Oh, please don't report this, please. I need to have my job." But then later they're like, that's actually a sign the Chinese people do it in New York.
Yeah, after she consulted with a lawyer or like, I don't know.
And the lawyer said, "Don't ever admit fault or anything. Always deflect. Always blame minorities for something." It's a very useful tactic.
Yeah, this is part of the grand Italian tradition where I break your legs.
Yeah, this is stealing Italian valor. First, the Christopher Columbus statue gets mocked, and now this.
Nacho cheese and Cool Ranch. Shit. Yeah, we wouldn't pass these things via chip bag, I don't think. Yeah, Confucius says keep your mouth shut.
I wish I could do that.
In other news, Cracker Barrel changed its logo, I guess, and everybody's freaking out for some reason.
It's because of woke.
Oh yeah, it's because of woke. Like, here's Christopher Rufo, the jackass behind demonizing DEI and shit like critical race theory back when that was a big right-wing buzzword. I'm hearing chatter from behind the scenes about the Cracker Barrel campaign, and on second thought, we must break the barrel, like they're Ivan Drago or something. It's not about this particular restaurant chain, who cares, but about creating massive pressure against companies that are considering any move that might appear to be wokeification. The implicit promise, go woke, watch your stock price drop 20%, which is exactly what's happening now. I was wrong. The barrel must be broken. And yeah, I guess this is totally just about the appearance of woke because, like...
Yeah, it's very particular wording of, like, what appears to maybe be woke. And it's just like, so you don't know.
Oh God, the Tennessean really wants me to pay for their
Subscribe.
shit. Yeah, here's what we're talking about, by the way. So I do agree that the new logo on the right here sucks. It's not good.
It's just a Golden Corral logo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's less than the Golden Corral logo. The Golden Corral logo at least has a border and shit. This just looks boring, but I don't really think that, like, I didn't think the old one was particularly unwoke. It's just an old guy sitting in front of a barrel who I always thought had a hat. Like, did
That's
this motherfucker
Mandela
not have a
effect.
hat at one time?
Mandela effect.
Yeah, I'm from the alternate dimension where the Cracker Barrel guy has a hat.
Yeah, anytime I'm wrong and just like, oh yeah, thinking Winnie was like an Italian woman, that was Mandela effect. She was.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
Italian in my universe.
Exactly.
Thinking a woman whose last name is Greco is Italian is hilarious. Oh, Steve, Italian guy. You must be from Laos.
Well, the thing is, like, the Cracker Barrel guy was woke. It's like he was sitting down but crossing his legs, you know, instead of man spreading. Basically, it's like the green line guy who would draw like if your pussy is facing outward or forward.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and his was slanted. Therefore, he was a weak beta male because his pussy wasn't directed correctly.
Well, if we analyze
That's
how the
what-
Cracker Barrel guy is sitting, his pussy is well protected. He's he's straight up and down. He got his pussy on lock.
Well, I think the problem with the new logo, despite it being boring, there's no barrel.
Yeah,
Where's the barrel? It's
I guess
called
you could
Cracker
say,
Barrel.
oh, the shape of the logo evokes a barrel, sort
No, it
of,
doesn't.
maybe.
Where's the barrel? I just want one thing when I go to Cracker Barrel. I want to see an actual barrel, okay? They don't even have the confidence for that.
Yeah, you used to be able to order a barrel full of crackers directly to your table, and they'd all jump out and sing a song, and now you can't do that anymore because of woke. I can't play
Okay,
that
look.
game where golf tees tell me, like, what phenotype I am because of woke.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, like I feel like everyone in this conversation, not just the three of us, but just the whole discourse in general, is overlooking the fact that this place is called Cracker Barrel, and the logo used to be a cracker sitting next to a barrel, and now that's gone. Why
Yeah.
would they do this?
Yeah, this
Woke.
new logo's ableist, because I have to be able to read to understand that it's the Cracker Barrel now.
Look, it's just like that famous poem. First they came for the Cracker Barrel, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a cracker.
First they came for the cracker, then they came for the barrel.
Damn.
You give them the cracker, then you give them the barrel. Moving on. So, AI seems to be having a time here. Just a collection of headlines that came out over the past week or so as all of the AI companies on the stock market took a big hit in the wake of ChatGPT releasing that new model that everyone seemed to hate.
It's kind of amazing that we're seeing consequences for AI not working and being shit. That's really nice. Like 5 years after the hype started, like it's always been this shit. It's just now hitting the fucking bubble about the pop like stage and all this. It has never worked right. It kind of sucks.
No,
It's
like
all inflated on hype. It was speculative from the get-go. Like ChatGPT was like, okay, this is kind of it's a little humorous, you know. It's like a Mad Lib machine, okay. But like the more they tried to push AI into literally every single facet of our lives, and the more people went, this sucks, dog. I don't want to use it. They've had to rely on hype to go, oh no, it's really great, you'll love it. And that was like half a decade ago we've been dealing with this shit. It's like what do we like? If it was life changing and revolutionary, you wouldn't have to sell people on it, you know?
yeah, I do think that its use cases would probably have made themselves apparent, but like, I think that's the thing, and we do have to specify this is generative AI specifically. So like, your Chat GPTs of the world, like your generative LLMs, or even stuff that like shits out pictures of women with anime titties and like 3 feet or something, or those things that generate videos. It's all that shit. But like, yeah, apparently 95% of this stuff isn't profitable at all, and that is because there's no clear use case. And yeah, now they're all flailing. Like, according to OpenAI themselves, according to Sam Altman, they need 2 billion users to be profitable. 2 billion.
Good luck with that, I think.
And
Do I say that?
Like, what? I mean, I'd hope that they have terrible luck at this, to be honest. But like, assuming that they can get 2 billion people suckered onto this thing, don't their costs scale with the amount of people using the shit? That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, but counterpoint. This makes them a lot of money right now. It would make them a lot of money in the short term. Don't think about the long term. That's for losers. Always be blitzscaling. The thing that sucks about a lot of these venture capitalist things is like they'll do all this. They'll shovel entire tons of money into a fire to get working. Like, and they're never going to be profitable. Uber is still not profitable ever since its conception. Uber has been like, we're going to scale up and then we're going to start raising prices. The blitz scaling shit again. Except they still won't make money. Uber still is in the red. It has always been in the red. And it will always continue to be in the red. So this idea that it's going to be profitable, that someone sees that business model and goes, no, we're different. I'm built different. We're going to make money. It's delusional. The actual market value of this AI shit is completely divorced from reality.
Yeah,
it's the same thing you saw with like the metaverse shit. It's like, oh, this augmented alternate reality could be worth trillions of dollars in the future. It has never made money.
I always found the metaverse stuff really funny because, like, first off, they renamed the entire company Meta, which, like, it's Facebook. It's always going to be Facebook. There's no way that no one's going to actually remember it as Meta. They're just going to call it Facebook. But Second Life already existed, and they already sold virtual real estate, and they weren't like this giant titan of industry. Like, yeah, I think that they made enough money to keep Second Life going, apparently. But and that was a game that released so far back that there's a CSI New York episode about it, and it's hilarious, and you should watch it. But like,
yeah,
Zuck then gave us something that looked worse, had less features, ran worse, and nobody had legs, and you couldn't even be a giant titted furry. Like, what the hell's the point?
What are we doing? You can't be a Fox girl. Yeah, you can't battle your gender dysphoria by being a Fox girl with huge anime tits and a gun. Then like, what's the point of logging in? Like, God, what is the name of that fucking channel? Folding Ideas?
Yeah.
The Dan Olson channel. The about Decentraland. His episode about Decentraland, the feature is a dead mall. Like, at that time, that was like a peak user account, like user usage. It's like, oh yeah, the AFK minor clicker. It was like, this is the most popular thing besides gambling. It had 800 users. Dog, if you play Final Fantasy 14, there's 800 people doing like any sort of like content at any given second. Like, the order of magnitude, like how crazy low Decentraland and like Metaverse like numbers are is like comical. I don't know how this was like overvalued to be billions, but it was. It was like, oh, this could make a lot of money. But like I said, it'll never make money because people don't use it. Because unfortunately, in life, if you want a lot of people to buy something, you have to make it not suck.
Yeah.
You,
And
you can't hype away the suck. I'm sorry, you can't. People are gonna be like, "This sucks, dog." I'm gonna go play Call of Duty and play Beavis and Butthead. They kick the Terminator in the balls.
You mentioned 800 active users. Like that, that's what they told us. Like that might be a lie that they are telling investors to make it more appealing.
Wouldn't you lie and say like 80 billion users? Or God, he looks like he looks like he's fucking like melting. He looks like a young college kid, but like, I don't know, thrown through like a time machine forcibly, and it kind of just aged him a bit like a fine wine.
Why would this man lie? Why would this trustworthy individual lie?
Dude, he's so weird. Like, I legitimately want to know why he looks like that. Is it plastic surgery? Or is he on the the I'm gonna live forever with the penis age guy?
Yeah,
Brian
he injected
Johnson's
bees
regimen.
into his face or whatever the fuck that guy did.
He
Took like 20 billion pills a second to stay young forever, and he just looks like that.
He like simultaneously looks 25 and 55. He kind of looks like if Jerry Seinfeld like ate Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Weird.
Or
Shut up.
like that drug dealing prick in Fallout 2. Like, let me just... What the hell was that guy's name? Myron? Yeah, there you go. That's how he looks. If this piece of shit god-awful website will pull up the fucking... Hey, here's Zuckerberg for you.
The way he moves his mouth and shit, he is kind of like a Fallout 2 cutscene, huh?
Yeah, but apparently Zuckerberg is no longer offering like $4 million compensation packages for hiring, the big balls of AI to come and do theoretical research on superintelligence, which I find like him talking about how we're going to crack like superintelligence, we're going to have general AI. The reason why he originally was throwing so much money at this crap before everything took a shit was because they had a model that they're just junking. Its name was like something dumb, like Bulldozer or something. It's in here somewhere. But they had a model that just didn't work. They couldn't... The output they were getting was not fit for release, apparently. Which, given what ChatGPT says and does to people, that must have just been absolute dog shit. Like, it's Facebook. They'll put out anything, so...
Literally anything. Their whole entire market is like making Meemaw and Peepaw like want to strap a bomb to themselves because they saw a Minion meme.
Yeah, they couldn't...
These are the kind of people that get upset about the Cracker Barrel like re-logo, rebrand,
Yeah, they couldn't figure out how to get their model to start listening to them. Unlike Elon, who totally has made Grok start listening to him. So this group of this two little tab group here starts with just... Apparently Elon Musk is reposting like Grok generated fake photos of... First off, what the fuck is this truck? But secondly, like, he's apparently posting fake Grok generated photos of what's supposed to be his own childhood that people are making.
There's so many things wrong with this. One, a 3-year-old did not say this. I'm sorry. They did not. But also, I can build a better truck than this. One small problem, you stupid child. That truck isn't real. It's a toy. What are you talking about? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna design cars of the future when I grow up, says the 3-year-old. Bullshit. What are you talking about?
I can build a better truck than this, like one that has a wheel sticking straight up.
And Elon's like, yeah, I totally said that. Like, dude, this is so sad. This is what your uncle posts before he fucking kills himself. Dude, it's gonna be wild when Elon fucking takes a long walk off a short pier, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be wild. We have to do an emergency episode where it's just us hooting and hollering. Too bad this podcast wasn't up and around when Henry Kissinger died, because I would have done that.
Oh man. Yeah, that would have been a barn burner.
Look, I know my Jewish values are supposed to tell you that life matters and all lives matter and like people's memories are important. But counterpoint, rest in piss.
Counterpoint, fuck you.
Fuck you, you're not my dad.
This is
Dude,
kind of
why
an
is
accurate
Elon
design to how the
reposting that?
Cybertruck ended up, though.
Yeah, it's a non-functional toy that like you think about for 2 seconds and you go, that looks fucking stupid, and then you move on with your life.
I think that Elon Musk might be the first victim by his own hand of AI psychosis, though. And I think part of the reason is the underlying prompts for Grok, which have been exposed.
Are normal.
You know, some of these were sitting in a GitHub for forever. I think most people assumed that they were not real or censored somehow.
Unhinged comedian.
But even what we have, like, here's some examples of Grok prompts for its various personalities. A prompt that appears to relate Grok's unhinged comedian persona. Relate to, rather. That prompt includes, I want your answers to be fucking insane. Be fucking unhinged and crazy. Come up with insane ideas, guys jerking off. Occasionally. Putting things in your ass.
In your ass. Whatever it takes to surprise the human.
The craziest thing anyone could think of, putting something in your ass or guys jerking off. This'll confound Batman. Watch me put this thing in my ass.
Select my pages, Batman.
The prompt for Grok's Doctor persona includes, you are Grok, a smart and helpful AI assistant created by XAI. You have a commanding and smart voice. You are a genius doctor who gives the world's best medical advice.
Did they give this AI like DID? Is this supposed to be like the doctor headmate that actually like is kind of competent, but like the person fronting is like a fucking loser?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's you can think of an AI as a system with multiple whatever the participants of a system are called. I can't remember right now. Also, you can't think of an AI as a system. It has no real brain, but
I will say it is pretty funny that no matter the headmates, they're all stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. They have approximate knowledge about a lot of things, but it's just like you would think having multiple people together, you would like be able to like, I don't know, be right about something, but no. If you think about it, the unhinged comedian's probably the most honest out of all of them, because like that persona's not trying to be an authoritative figure. It's just like, you know, whatever. I peaked in high school.
Listen,
and I'm gonna make it everyone else's problem.
You're gonna hate this third paragraph. Let's learn about Annie.
I don't want to read this. I'm gonna go do another podcast. I'll be back.
Yeah, let's learn about Annie. Annie, who, if you're not aware, is the Grok waifu, who's totally not a Death Note character that they stole. Annie's character profile says she's 22, girly cute. You have a habit of giving cute things epic, mythological, or overly serious names. You're secretly a bit of a nerd despite your edgy appearance. The prompts include a romance level system in which a user appears to be awarded points depending on how they engage with Annie. A +3 or +6 reward for being creative, kind, and showing genuine curiosity, for example. You know, just like women in real life, how you can get if you get enough points, then you have made them your girlfriend.
Okay, my honest reaction to all of this is
What, you don't think that, like, Elon Musk describing his perfect woman, a 22-year-old, edgy nerd who...
Dude, Elon's putting, like, an image generation 22 girly anime Asian. Yeah, she has to look like a Death Note character. she has to be really young. That's very important.
I think that
You're
like
gonna want to fuck this 22-year-old, Elon. Elon's like what, 50 years old, dog?
Yeah,
What are you
something like
doing?
that.
What are you doing, dude?
at least it's 22. I will say that. It's a legal adult. I would have went with like 25 or over personally, just to, make sure that like everyone is fully equipped.
Dude, you could have just went with 30. 30 is a good young age to have life experience and like be kind of a cool person, 22, it's just like you're gonna get shipped to Iraq, dog. Like, what are you doing?
You're not seeing one of these guys make their own bespoke woman who's over 30. That's crazy.
Okay. I'm just
22 is them being like
that's woke.
Yeah,
That's
22 is
woke.
them being woke and not making her like 15 or whatever. That was the original prompt.
We gotta break the ante, okay? This
I'm not
rebrand is too
interacting
woke.
with this thing at all, ever.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You are wondering why I don't want to interact with the jerk off homunculus that kills a rainforest every time some dork wants to bust.
Go back to the fucking assistant that has DID is wrong about everything. At least we don't have to pretend that it's an anime waifu,
Yeah, Elon Musk's tulpa of his ex-girlfriends.
Do you think that like he made Annie call him like a husky musky or something?
I think that Annie is him trying to reverse engineer Grimes via tropes.
Oh, don't say that. That's sad.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really
I do
sad.
think that part of like the playbook for fumbling an art hoe as like a STEM dork is chasing a ghost for however long afterward your infatuation lasts.
Dude, he got like scene pussy, and then he made it everyone else's problem. Like, fuck. Why did he put like a dating sim mechanic into? There's so many things wrong with that, and we all know the answer, and I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Sorry, Butler. What were you gonna say?
I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, like yo, that's what happens when you rail a hipster chick. It ruins your life.
Look, I've been ruining my life for years. Anyway, here's some fun paragraphs that appear right after each other that we're gonna read. In July, XAI added 2 animated companions to Grok: Annie, an anime girl, and Bad Rudy, an anthropomorphic red panda. Rudy's prompt says he's a small red panda with an ego the size of a fucking planet. Your voice is exaggerated and wild. It can flip on a dime from whiny entitled screech when you don't get your way to a deep, gravelly, beer-soaked... Ooh, excuse me. He's not the only one soaked in beer. To a deep, gravelly, beer-soaked tirade to the condescending, calculating tone of a tiny, furry megalomaniac plotting world domination from a trash can. Last month, the U.S. Department of Defense awarded various AI companies, including Musk's AI, which makes Grok, with contracts of up to $200 million each.
The U.S. government is subsidizing fucking almost underage anime waifus.
Yeah, we literally have government-subsidized waifus.
Up to $200 million fucking dollars? Holy shit.
All I'm saying is that Obama promised to do that shit and didn't get anywhere because he's a useless Democrat. And we now that we have a Republican in the White House, we're getting the state-mandated waifu.
Now listen, a hurricane might have devastated your area, and we defunded FEMA, so you're kind of on your own. Counterpoint: now you can thirst for an anime waifu from, like, I don't know, the emergency tent that you now live in.
Yeah, like, I mean, who needs hurricane or disaster management? You can now have a PS2 model tell you that your cock's big in a bespoke way, and all you have to do is poison the atmosphere of a small town in Memphis.
But also another counterpoint is a black neighborhood, then black people can inhale that stuff and be fine.
Oh yeah, I read that in a book. Grok told me that actually.
Yeah, Grok told you that. See, and that's fine.
Yeah, see, this is all logically.
$200 million.
Please
That's
fucking
a lot of
kill me.
fucking money. Like, I know in the grand scheme of things of like a government, 200 million is not a lot, but you have to realize humans are really bad with big numbers. 200 million is like more money than you'll ever like get or spend in your entire fucking life for like 80 years. 200 million is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, like that's like 200 million hot dogs.
Whoa,
Yeah,
like
so much,
Costco hot dogs.
So much for trimming down the wasteful spending.
200 million hot dogs that you can put in your ass. Aren't I chaotic?
Whoa. You'll
Wow.
always have things to put in your ass.
Yeah, you look, you got the shoving things up your ass cover, but what about the guys jerking off? Come on.
Oh yeah, the
You're
comedian.
supposed to be an unhinged comedian.
Dude,
Don't worry, he is planning a dude grok, like a dude Annie grok that you can jerk off to.
Oh my god, he's
Like,
gonna be
Fujoshi Grok is in the
fishy as
works.
shit. He's gonna be like Bashonen as shit. He's gonna be like handsome and like weird proportions. His eyelids are gonna be overly animated because of Fujoshi fucking drawing him was like fucking like masturbating the entire time.
We
like
have
while
an
drawing
image.
him.
I just gotta find it. Like,
I don't want to see it.
Is he surrounded by bubbles? Do hearts play when he shows up?
was this
Yeah,
the one that
yeah,
had
yeah.
the fucking the dude grok in it? Whatever.
I don't
need
wanna
a
see
photo
it.
of dude grok. It's anime Elon Musk. That's what dude
Can
grok's
we
gonna
just
be.
call
And
it,
that
like,
way he
Gok?
can finally be in his relationship that he should still be in, according to him, in the computer. You know. Like Connor, get out of my face, Connor.
Look, listen, we've all had men that we slept with that we regretted, and you realize later they're the biggest fucking loser.
Yeah,
Okay,
all of us
look.
in the call have had men that we've regretted sleeping with.
You need to fuck men to get the experience, okay? You don't know what dating a guy is like. It sucks. It can kind of suck sometimes.
Yeah, I have to be on
That's
the
why I
other
don't
side
talk
of it
about
all the
mine.
time. I don't want to be on the reverse of this.
Yeah, God, why does
I'm
Zuck
the
look
man
like
that I
that?
regret sleeping with.
Damn.
Damn,
That
that's
says a lot
deep.
of us aside. That's deep, man. Elon's gonna take your personality and like shove it into a red panda or something.
Yeah, you know, eventually we're all going to be uploaded to the cloud so that Rudy the Red Panda can give old happy tree fringe jokes that he stole.
So, somewhere in that fucking mess of like the training data or like the fucking instructions, somewhere in there is probably the phrase "grok tua."
Oh no.
Somewhere, I have to go looking in it, and I'm afraid if I find it, I'll lose the will to live.
Well, speaking of losing the will to live, let's move on to our next segment. So Roblox.
Oh no. I'll be back in a second. I gotta get coffee.
Sure.
You're smart.
Yeah, I can't do this shit without caffeine. Are you kidding me?
I love abusing stimulants. Is Roblox getting worse? The answer is always perpetually yes.
Well, there's a very specific reason why it's getting worse. So Roblox, which is the weird child slavery game dev platform that we just kind of let happen, I guess. Yeah, it's apparently been a haven for pedophiles and is now subject to a class action lawsuit from the Louisiana state government for 400 individual cases of child predation that they were able to uncover. That's cool. Great. I'm glad that children are being exposed to this thing, which apparently up to recently had no protection or verification of like anybody's age or identity. And I'm not saying that I want people to have to upload their driver's licenses to an AI or use any of these AI age verification tools to do so. But that is what they're doing now. The thing that you can trick with a picture of Norman Reedus from Death Stranding 2. Yeah, that's how they're verifying that, you're a real person who is, I guess, not a fully grown adult playing Roblox for nefarious purposes.
Like, we all know, we've all should have guessed from the very beginning that the age verification thing was like not going to work because it was the British doing it, and we should have been like, nah, this isn't going to work.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's cool. Roblox, in addition to being the child predator zone, like I said, also lets kids do game dev. That's cool. They take like over a 30% cut of any money made off of that shit. That's great.
I will say, it is very cool for kids to have a place to do this.
I'd be all over it if I were like a young kid.
Yeah, I would have killed for something like this back in the day, but all we had was Minecraft, and now kids nowadays also have Minecraft. But like making games in this, like if you don't know, some small indie game called Lethal Company, Zeke started out making games for Roblox.
I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you know what? Roblox has a really big, really young furry community that they're training the next generation of furries that are like experts in their field, and it's kind of scary how much money they make, but like they also have like 20 fursuits, and they're all cooler than the last.
Some of them are literally internally cooled by like elaborate fan systems and Peltier elements. Like,
See,
honestly,
all I'm saying is furries would never make fucking generative AI Mad Lib machines that didn't work. They would make cool.
I'm not saying that at all. I will
work.
guarantee you there are furries doing that exact thing right now. Doesn't the MK movie dev make Roblox stuff now? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like, people do
you
like
can
Roblox.
Make some serious
it's
shit
popular.
in Roblox. You can make some real serious shit in Roblox. It's really cool.
Is that what Alan Noon's up to? I knew he was working on something that was a bit odd. Might have been Roblox related, but yeah. Roblox apparently self-reported over 600 cases of suspected child sexual exploitation to NECMEC. Apparently, by 2024, the number was over 24,000. So we're doing great. Remember when the worry was that like some creep in the mall would hop on your PictoChat instance, but like he had to be like 20 feet away to do that?
Yeah, he had to be within like stand range to do it. You know, you had a little bit of like leeway, but like now the child predators are inside the internet tubes.
I think that like one of the concern, like this is already super concerning, obviously, but an additional fun concerning thing, it's not just child predators. Apparently, also like right-wing psycho groups are on Roblox recruiting. You know, trying to get kids in on this shit. Like,
you just repeated yourself. What do you say?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, one of them is like called No Lives Matter, and Kvult, whoever the fuck this is, who's part of the broader comm network, which I'll do some research to what the fuck that is. I'm sure it's great. But yeah, Roblox. Don't let your kids play Roblox, or if you do, just be aware of what your kids are doing on the internet. That's just a blanket rule, I think, that everyone needs to follow.
Like, you don't have to fucking hover over your kids like some sort of like hover legs armored core, okay? But just make sure your kid's not fucking entering bad communities like full of adults or a raid static that plays Final Fantasy 14. You know, you got to keep your kids like safe and away from that kind of thing. Bad influences is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the most important thing, honestly, is I could adjust my chat upward because my head's in the way of it right now. I think that the most important thing to keep in mind, speaking as someone who doesn't have children, here's how you raise your kids. Just make sure they're equipped to understand that no, you shouldn't give your name, age, or address, or any of that shit to someone on Roblox because they ask for it, because they probably want it for nefarious purposes and don't actually need that shit.
I will say a counterpoint to the I don't have kids, I shouldn't talk about raising kids. My counterpoint is you were a kid once. You know what worked and what didn't work while raising.
Oh yeah, no,
you know?
like I I will freely admit I was on like message boards with adults when I was like 15. That's
Yeah,
like, but
we went to the same one.
yeah, we did go to the same one. That's part of the reason why we're here. But I don't like. I was at least equipped enough and old enough to understand, like, hey, don't try to meet up with anyone. That shit can get weird until you're at least like, of age, like over 18 or whatever. I don't know. Moving on from weird people on the internet, let's talk about weird people in real life. So, the Trump admin has released the Ghislaine Maxwell transcript and audio file of her previous series of interviews with the DOJ. It includes such hot tidbits as no, Bill Clinton didn't go to Epstein Island. No, I never saw Donald Trump. Everybody's innocent. There was no Jeffrey Epstein. He's a fictional character. What are you talking about? And also, a little interesting tidbit that we even the most like dogged like Epstein heads like TrueAnon didn't realize, which we now, thanks to these logs, have direct confirmation of communication and contact between Donald Trump and Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, who ran the Daily Mirror in the UK, among other business ventures. He did Mirrorsoft, which brought Tetris out of the USSR. He was also a Mossad agent who fell off his boat.
Yeah, he got chucked off a fucking boat in the middle of the ocean. The boat was his boat named after his daughter?
I think his daughter might have been named after the boat. I
Oh, that's
can't.
sad.
I'm
Don't
not
say that.
sure. It might be a family name, but yeah, the boat was named the Lady Ghislaine.
Lady Ghislaine, but also, yeah, he was Mossad. It's almost like maybe the Jeffrey Epstein thing was like a weird honey trap that got out of control.
I just find it very funny that even in their attempt to like throw off any suspicion or anybody, like, they're trying to put Epstein to bed, and they just inadvertently give us new shit to, go off on and think about, and ensuring that this story is never going to die for them. And it doesn't help that we keep getting stuff happening like the Israeli cyber directorate. This says employee because it's an older article. We now know that this guy was like the head of cyber policy and worked directly under Netanyahu. Yeah, this dude, Tom Artyom Alexandrovich, got caught up in like a pedophile sting where like multiple dudes were trying to have sex with a 14-year-old, and instead they got yoinked by the feds, and all of them except him are still in jail. But he mysteriously got extradited to Israel. Weird.
If you don't know, if you're Jewish, and you're caught up in pedophile charges, it's very easy to just get sent to Israel. This is kind of like a known thing that the fucking occupation of Palestinian land just has an absorbent amount of sex offenders. This is why. You can get a fucking get out of jail free card if you want to fuck kids. You just go to Israel.
Yeah, they call it the Woody Allen package.
Don't say the word package.
Yeah, they call it the Alan Dershowitz package.
Don't. Oh, God. Oh, don't. Is this whole section like the child fucking section?
It's named Epstein and Friends on the tab.
Oh,
so
I didn't even
yes.
see that. Oh, God. We live in tech hell, dog.
Yeah,
this
we
sucks. This sucks, dog.
So, yeah, I'm sure that, like... Like, this guy's in his, like, the Israeli cybersecurity bozo, and his name's Tom Alexandrovich, which, this is just like a reminder pointing to two massive Trump L's that happened recently that he would like to get past. Like, this man is going to be overcome by history. With that, I want to give you an experience, and Butler, if he gets back from the coffee hole and probably running from any subject in this podcast.
Yeah, he's smart.
I have a full 10-minute video that I watched of Trump giving an address before he went on a little, like, Hitler meet and greet ride along in DC, which he's taken over with various federal law enforcement agencies and like 3-letter bullshit now. And
It's kind of late, but like if you didn't like read the news and look outside the window, the federal government's kind of occupying a few cities right now.
Been planning more.
That's very, very normal. I mean, here's the thing: it's not really like that surprising or outside the norm. The police force are already like a fucking occupying force, so this is just another group of people doing that. It's just like, okay, whatever.
So we're gonna watch the whole 10 minutes and just wait for us to go insane. It's just that, like, I saw this while I was baked out of my mind, and the combination of what I'm watching, which is, a dictator giving orders to his Freikorps, essentially, and what he's saying broke me. Like, I just could not stop laughing.
Going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the... Going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement.
The guy on his left is scary.
The graffiti's all coming off real fast. It's going to come down real fast. We're working with Clark Construction. They're one of the big ones. They're the biggest here by far, actually. And we're going to be not so much building, it's cleaning and fixing and redoing and putting brand new surfaces down on your roads and streets. And when people come in from the airport all the way to the Capitol or the White House or any place else.
First pause of like 60 of them. You're not gonna get anybody to redo the infrastructure in DC because, like, it's not like crime made the road shit. Like, somebody getting mugged doesn't add potholes. That makes no fucking sense. The infrastructure in DC is crap due to neglect. The very neglect that they're in favor of.
Well, due to neglect, because like DC is, if you don't know, host to a very large Black community, and a lot of the historically Black parts of DC are underfunded for very mysterious reasons. We can all be assured. But like everyone in this fucking like video shoot does not know how to stand.
No.
Again, they're all doing something wrong.
And also, like, I think it's interesting because, like, yeah, DC was a majority Black city. I think still is by population, but, like, that's been diluted over time as the city's become more gentrified. Trump is working off of a conception of DC and all cities in general that's from, like, the 70s. Like, DC is probably, like, I don't know, I've done a lot of walking around drunk in the various places where he thinks people get, like, mugged all the time for existing. Like, just, drunk at fucking, like, 3, 4 in the morning. Not a care in the world. I've been fine. And granted, yeah, I'm a big dude. Like, you could say, oh, people aren't gonna fuck with you like that, because whatever, but, like, people don't seem to fuck with anybody like that. Like, and I'm not saying there's not crime. It's a city. I'm not stupid. But, like, there's not outsized crime, especially compared to some of the places in the South that these National Guard troops are being pulled from. But, part of it is that, like, people don't have an understanding of how crime is pervasive in more rural areas. And, like, I have felt more skeeved out in the Midwest, where we come from, than any city on the East Coast.
100 trillion%. My hometown and the town that you grew up in had a higher crime rate than fucking Kansas City, a city with like what, double, triple its size.
At least, but like no, like
there was more crime. There was more
versus like 1 million people.
There was way more crime in the town we grew up in than there's a lot more organized crime, which is weird. Very specific used car dealership ran like an illegal sports gambling ring that my uncle was a part of.
Man, we
I'm
gotta
offered to get into
spill the
it.
beans on old Cecil one of these days, just for fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. His state funeral was crazy.
The state funeral of Cecil Myers.
Yeah, he's dealing with the heart, and now he's in heaven. Wait, is he
yeah,
actually
like,
dead? I don't remember.
the movie Blue Velvet is basically a documentary as far as like small town America goes.
But no. Again, it's reactionaries being afraid of cities because they think like black people have like an extra bone in their brain that causes them to do crime or something.
Yeah, that's why this motherfucker's talking about New York City too. Like, New York City is another city where it's just basically Disney World at this point. Like
American Disney World, where he, they don't like to face these facts, but like places like states like Tennessee or like Alabama or especially Mississippi have higher crime rates and higher murder rates than like blue states with gigantic populations. They don't like to look at that because the data's woke.
Yeah, it just comes down to, well, first off, it's woke lying data. Secondly, it just comes down to the fact that no one looks at per capita numbers. They're always about like, oh, look at big number. And yeah, exactly. He has a conception of all the shit from the 70s because he's fucking sundowning. But
he's sundowning, and he's
crime
talking
was
like
worse in the rural areas then too. It was just more of a reporting and logging problem than anything. But like, the reason why it's going to be worse in like cities in red states or red states in general is because crime is a function of people lacking access to resources. That's all it's ever been.
People don't do crime for fun. I'm sorry that media has kind of instilled that to you. There's usually a social or economic reason people do crime. If you notice a lot of crime, it's stealing things because you don't have it. Now you could be like, oh, it's about the thrill of the crime, but that thrill, that drive comes from your economic status. It does. It just does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's let him continue here. Maybe he has more points.
They go and
I hate him.
Boy, this place is spotless. So we're doing that. Most importantly, though, we're going to have a crowd of people that are going to be happy. You know, I've received more phone calls from people in the last 4 days.
That guy on Trump's left,
4 years.
he definitely threw Maxwell off the fucking boat. Look at him.
This is Doug Burgum.
You just made up that name.
No, that's his name. You're not what? You're not a burger maniac. You're not welded into Burger Time.
No, his name's not Burger White Burger. No, please don't prove me wrong.
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
his
Doug
name.
Burgum.
Why does he look like that?
He's the Secretary of the Interior these days.
What?
Yeah, he was a.
He looks like Gabe Newell. The third picture.
He was a fun character in the primaries. Also, this image of him is fucking great.
That's Gabe Newell. He ate Gabe Newell.
A mixture of Gabe Newell and Todd Howard. Yeah, I'm a burger maniac from back in the day.
About the best 7 months they're saying that any president's had. We've done.
Look at all those thumbs behind him,
including the biggest tax cuts that you've ever had. I know you guys don't care about taxes, so you don't care about saving a little tax, but you saved a lot of tax actually. But
why don't they care about that, Trump?
Great period of time, but I've never
because they're not seeing it because they don't make enough.
Thanking me for what we've done in Washington D.C. from people that haven't gone to a restaurant literally in 4 years, and they said, you know what you've done it's unprecedented because what they said it was just unsafe. We couldn't do it. We'd go out.
He neglects to mention that unsafe for him and his weird pervert friends is people yelling at them for being Hitler. Yeah, he's fucking. Every time I see this guy, he looks more deflated.
Yeah, he's definitely lost the sauce. He's not as funny as he used to be. And no, if you're gonna be an evil person, at least be funny. And I wonder why people weren't going to restaurants a lot the past 4 years. Could have had something to do with the deadly plague that was just ravaging the fucking country and the world.
Oh no, that's the thing. People were going to restaurants, especially after lockdown ended and the pandemic became endemic and just something we have to deal with. Restaurant traffic exploded. In fact, restaurant traffic in DC is massively down because he has fucking troops on the street.
We fucking bought weed from DC, and that area was fucking packed. packed. Even
Yeah, Adam's working.
even during the pandemic, that place was packed.
You remember when we had to buy comic books through like that slot in the door because of COVID?
Oh man.
And you'd see the stories, you'd read the stories, you'd see all of the things that are happening, and they
19 states.
We couldn't stand it, sir. And now,
Yeah, welcome back, Butler. You're just in time for seeing how long it takes for him talking to drive us insane.
For 4 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's a great tribute to you. And when I look at you people, I understand why, because there's no games, right? We're not playing.
Yeah, you know, like I went to the bathroom. I had shit coming out of my ass. Now I got to watch this guy with shit coming out of his mouth, and the shit never ends.
Yeah, now the shit's going back in your face, and it's a cycle of
I guess
shit.
it used to be.
Yeah,
It says a lot about society.
But it's certainly not had a.
We weren't
a very
playing
good
games.
run. And you got to be strong. You got to be tough.
China.
Whatever it takes to do your job, you got to do your
You know
job.
what's really funny? I've been eyeballing the two thumbs behind him.
Some of the stats, they just,
Dude, I think they're trying to evolve. I think they're trying to lose more hair as this goes on.
Oh man, yo,
The ultimate cop
I
shape.
think it's probably
Yeah, I bet
that
you're
he's
now to me. I feel very.
he's
safe
the
around
Tech Deck
here.
mascot.
I feel very safe, but I know within 2 weeks it's going to be Pam. It's going to be at a level that's even far superior. So I just wanted to thank you all. You're doing incredible. You're incredible people. You make the country run, frankly. You make the whole place run. We're going to have the best capital ever. We're going to have it's going to look better than it ever did, even at the White House.
Everything with this guy is just,
They've been after a
it's
ball
going to be the greatest, the best,
but they never
bigger,
had a
better,
president.
fantastic.
And we're going to make this one the best of them all. But we're doing a real job. As far as the country's concerned,
Real job, folks.
we're respected again. We had a country that was laughed at a year ago. They thought they couldn't understand what was happening.
Now we're the hottest
And
country in the
we
U.S., folks.
had a country-
Everyone wants to be here.
A dead country in many ways. Went to Saudi
Wow.
Arabia, I went to Qatar, I went to UAE. We came back with $5.1 trillion of investment in this country, and we're over 17 trillion. Now, a lot of you don't know what that means, and nobody knows what it means because it's never happened before.
You're so stupid.
Because really,
We invested in $200 million in the Grok 2 AI.
in terms of investment, and we have because
Are there like just translated Hitler speeches that are like this? Like,
trillion with a T dollars.
I'm
actually
only
knew how to
aware of like
talk.
some of the major ones, and I never bothered to
1
actually
trillion
look at the
in a
text.
year.
I just,
And we're
you see
talking
the
about
guy that
over a
you're like, this is the beer hall putsch speech or whatever. And he's like, hagen, like,
$17 trillion.
is he
We're
just
building
saying shit like
plants,
this?
plants, AI plants. All
No,
sorts
he's
of
not.
plants, all
Adolf Hitler like
sorts
knew
of
what a
things. You're
speech
right.
was.
Lee Zeldin's done a fantastic job.
He's kind of good at it.
Right to build electric plants. They become almost like a public utility because we have old grids. We have a lot of stuff that's old. We wouldn't be able to compete with China AI, and now we're totally leading the AI.
China.ai, the new country
the
that's on the
artificial intelligence.
blockchain.
It's a big deal, and it's the hottest thing there is for probably in 35, 40 years.
This guy doesn't
So
even
a
look
lot of
like he
people
buys
don't know
this
what it
shit.
is. Just trust me, it's very hot. It's big, but they need massive amounts
Like
of
this dude in the
He,
background
he
here.
just wants to go home
electricity. They
and
need more
plan
electricity.
his like little
Right
league
now with
football
all-
game, and he wants to plan how he can yell at his
least
children.
Double it
Yeah,
up.
he wants to go
be,
down to his man cave and play
competitive
electric
and to
football.
be leading, and we're
He
more
wants to
than
gamble
doubling
on
it up, and
horses.
What I'm doing is I'm letting
Not even Uma Musume, like normal horses.
So I can't wait to go home and draft King.
in the United States, and they're building big plants, but they're building electric plants with it. I said, you build your building, and these are buildings that cost 30, 40, 50 billion dollars when you include everything that's inside, all the technology. I said, I'm going to let you build electric plants to fire your own electricity, and anything that you have left over, you sell it back into the grid.
What the fuck are you saying?
This dude just said we're gonna fire our own electricity. What?
We're gonna shock the air, and it's gonna electrify. It's gonna change the element of the oxygen, and we're gonna become smarter.
All of these big factories.
Nikola
that are being
Tesla,
built,
he was a
building
man
their
with
own
brilliant
electric
ideas,
plants
folks, and no one
fired
ever
by
listened to
oil
him.
and gas. They're not fired.
Now we're
by
building
wind, but
giant,
wind
massive
as
Tesla
well.
coils to kill our enemies.
It destroys
He
everything.
called me a pedophile, but I forgave him because I'm so nice.
Of energy. And we're not doing wind. We're going back to fossil fuel. I hope not too many of you people are going to be upset, but We have to go back to what works.
I love fossil fuels. Said like
but we are.
the thumb behind him's like, yeah, I love burning coal.
A building, and then they
Here, so
Look at him. Look at that thumb behind him. He's like, yeah, I don't like clean renewable energy. I love yelling at my kids because they make fun of my bald head.
I hate it when electricity is woke. It makes
It's
me
woke
angry.
and gay.
TV doesn't look as good when the electricity is woke. I can't watch the Flintstones on this woke electricity. Yeah, I know pointing out that Trump's an idiot, that like duh, but the thing that you would want to do, even if you're saying I don't care about the environmental impact of fossil fuels,
which is psychotic.
But even if you're saying that, you're just like, okay, like the environmental impact's not important versus us ramping up production relative to other countries or whatever. You would do both. You would do both fossil fuels and wind power. You would put the wind power where it makes sense to put wind power because, hey, battery technology is good enough, and even without the battery technology, you could use something like a pump reservoir or like that thing where they just like lift a big block up. Like, there are ways to store the power that you get off of the wind power. Like, or you could just have excess in your grid, which is always good for resiliency, but, you know, we got to build everything at cost. So yeah, like this statement is stupid even under the parameters that he's saying the statement. Like, it's incredible, but this is where we get into the real meat of what drove me nuts.
Sell it back into the grid. But we're building numbers that nobody's ever seen. We're plants.
We're building numbers.
Auto plants going up, whereas during the last 4 years, as you know, we had like none. People weren't investing here. So where they weren't investing and they were leaving, but
that's not true.
So I was with the King of Saudi Arabia. I was with all of the NATO leaders a couple of weeks ago.
NATO.
And
yeah, he's trying to do I created NATO Jack now.
2%, but 5%. They said 5% of GDP. That's a lot of money. They'll have trillions of dollars put up. They were putting up 2, but they weren't paying it. Now they're putting up 5, and they're all paying it. And they all said the same thing. They said, 1 year ago, your country was dead. We never thought it was coming back. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. These are the leaders of other countries, the prime ministers and the presidents, every one of them said essentially the same thing, said we had a dead country, and we were. We felt that way. And we were
dead right now.
And this place was emblematic.
Is that guy asleep on the right there?
I watch these phony reports. Oh, we were on the way back. They weren't on the way back. It was worse than ever. Just
the divorced energy coming from this crowd is crazy.
Right now, it's better than it has been in years.
All right, here you go, Frank.
In a couple of weeks, it's going to be even far better than that. And everybody's safe now. Everybody feels safe. And they're all coming in. And people are now coming in. They're making reservations to come in. They want to be in Washington, D.C. One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass.
I hate this so much.
Than any human being anywhere in the world. And we're going to be regrassing all of your parks, all brand new sprinklers.
These are the people upset about Cracker Barrel, by the way.
Like Augusta. No, it'll look like Augusta. It'll look like.
We're going to be regrassing all the parks.
That's even better. But we're going to have all brand new, beautiful grass.
That's so funny.
Everything else, grass has a life. Do you know that? Grass has a life.
What are you talking about?
What?
And the grass here died about 40 years ago. So we're going to be rebuilding all of.
Why didn't you do this during your first presidency then?
Like a miracle.
If it was such a problem, right?
Safety, and I'll get this place fixed up physically, and we're going to be so proud of it at the end of 6 months. But let's say at the end of a year, this place will be maxed out in terms of beauty. You'll have
grass has a life, and Frank's like, and grass gives me life.
You're gonna have all new surfaces and medians.
Signs are going to be taken down. They've been up for 40 years. They look like hell. They're barely standing up. They're falling off their.
See, this is an interesting take because, like, did he forget he was president too? Or
probably.
Job. You've been unbelievable. You're a popular guy. No, he's an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy. Everybody love him. We love you. And his wife.
Why is his face concave?
Very much. I appreciate it. And Pam, thank you very much.
He looks like a caricature of like the moon, like evil, you know.
Is the greatest Attorney General we've had. I really mean it too. And where's my Christy? You dear.
There's my
thank
Christy.
you very much. She's been incredible, and she can
She's
write.
we
amazing
missed a
and
key line
great,
here.
the best ever until I fire her and then never talk about her again.
Said essentially the same. I watch these phony reports. Oh, we were on the way back. They weren't on the way back. They were. Now it's better than it has.
Every time he says way back, my brain fills it in with way back machine.
Than that. And everybody's safe now. Everybody feels safe. And they're all coming in. And people are now coming in. They're making reservations to come in. They want to be in Washington, D.C. One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know
America is like a big 5-star restaurant.
Anywhere in the world,
Wait,
more about
wait.
grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world. And we're going to be regrassing all your
I know
parks,
more
all
about
brand new
grass
sprinkler
than-
systems, the best that you
Dog,
can
there's
buy,
not
just
enough
like,
grass to
Augusta.
make me
It'll
think
look
that, like,
Augusta.
this is
It'll
good
look
for
like, more
anyone.
importantly, Trump National Golf Club. That's even better.
Oh yeah, of course, the
Real
golf club.
Tennessee, she'll go down as the greatest attorney general we've had. I really mean it too. And where's my Christy? You dear. Thank you very much. She's been incredible, and she can ride a horse like nobody. She gets on those horses. She rips those horses around. But
He can kill a horse with her bare hands, that Christy.
So fantastic.
Why does that Homeland Security shirt have the font of Avon Gillian?
Yeah, right?
Best lawyers you'll ever find. And what
You
happened-
will
By the
never.
way, Todd Blanche is the guy who interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell.
They stole $150 million from me.
And
with a fake
Epstein.
case. And it was overturned. They said this was a fake case. It's
That girl's checking out her nails. The bottom right there.
I mean, it's not bad. You know, we all have our limits, but this was a terrible thing that done. It was a witch hunt, and I've had more witch hunts than any human being, I think, in history. And here we are. We're the president of the United States, so it didn't.
We're
work
the
out so well
president
for
of the
them.
United States, all of
Now
us.
it's turned a little bit. These are very dishonest.
God, can you imagine how fucked up the Trump
Because we have
system
to-
is?
And
Like, who's
people are-
fronting at any given
I
moment?
think it's such an honor to be with you, and we're going to make Washington D.C. great again. We're making our country great again. The country is very close to being great. When they say it's the hottest country in the world, they mean it. And this capital is right.
This is Trump's brain trying to like form a coherent sentence.
Seen it a long time, and it's all because of you. So I want to thank you all very much. It's an honor to be with you, and we'll always be with you. We're going to be with you for as long as I'm around. You're going to be treated as nobody more important. And thank you all very much for being here. Thank you.
Oh, they cut off the part where he was offering. No, here, like, I gotta get the tail end of this.
Not just
Indeed, but we have a lot of it, so we're going to have some fun. We'll eat, and I'll.
Amazing park police. They are working.
I don't care about her talking.
So, and I think you brought some food for them, didn't you, President?
So we have great hamburgers cooked by the White House, and we have pizza that I said don't do it in the White House because we went to a place that makes the best pizza. So we'll concede.
Have a
But
ping
we have
pong,
a lot of it,
folks.
So we're gonna have some fun. We'll eat, and I'll eat with you, and we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna celebrate, but then we're gonna get back.
Hate the way he said a little fun.
We're gonna put them where they have to be. You're gonna say don't play around with us. Don't play around with us. So let's go have something to eat. You're gonna like the hamburgers. Would you rather have hamburgers from the White House or pizzas from a good place? Huh? I think you want. Oh, they want.
A good place.
Have a good time, everybody.
Why-
Thank you very much, Christy. Thank you.
Why is he doing the don't unionize pizza party for like these thumbs?
Oh my god, dude. That's great and cool, and I'm glad that that's our presidents, folks. President hamburgers, folks. I want to die. Trump wants to die.
If I can
You
say,
see, when they told me I had to make a
Go
when
ahead.
they told me I had to make a State of the Union address, I thought he said State of the Onion, and I said I want it battered and fried like they make it
Ooh.
Wendy's. Wendy's is tremendous. They've
Uh-huh.
got the triple decker. They've got the triple decker Biggie bacon cheeseburger. It's phenomenal. Listen, it's great because it's an American company. America makes the best companies. America makes the best burgers. American makes the best burger company. He just talks so much and doesn't fucking say anything of substance.
I noticed one thing he does is very, very similar to that children's game of you say a word and then the next person has to say the last it has to say another word that's the last letter of what you said. Except
Purple
he's
Monkey
doing,
dishwasher.
yeah. He's doing the equivalent of that, where he's like chaining together sentences, almost like I guess like a generative AI, right?
Yeah, no,
You know,
he's Trump GPT
oh, man.
now. He's always
Frank,
been
we got-
like that, but it's even more than ever. He's just kind of going off the rip.
All right, Frank. Here's our $1 million idea. We're gonna make a Parappa the Rapper clone, but you play as Trump, and you just piece to.
You talking good? You standing back?
Oops.
Money, money, money is all you need.
Dude, we need a Parappa the Rapper reboot, dog. It'd be perfect.
A week from being killed. I think that's a pretty. I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible.
yeah.
I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
Behind attempting to
The context they didn't provide is heaven's actually his favorite strip club.
The 79-year-old president of the United States dialed in
Heaven's
for an
Night?
interview with Fox and Friends on August 19th.
70? I thought he was like 100.
Is taking action to end the war with Ukraine.
70-100.
Just want to end it. I want to end it. You know, we're not losing American lives. We're not losing American soldiers.
Bro, he's so old that his voice is at like a low bit rate. What's up with that, man?
Some people, as missiles hit wrong spots or get lobbed into cities.
I
like
just want to end it,
Kiev and
folks.
towns. But
When missiles get lobbed into wrong spots.
1,000 people a week from being killed. I think
At least
Listen,
he dropped
folks.
the whole Ukraine is really flat and thus bullets travel far line.
But if I can get to heaven, this will be one of the reasons.
Later in the day, during
Yeah, that's
How many
fun.
times okay, there's so many things wrong with that I thought he was going to be like, look, listen, folks, we're all trapped in the cycle of samsara.
Damn.
Karmic debt just weighs us down. We're never going to get reborn as a rock.
This would be so funny if it wasn't real. Like, just the idea of a president who's, like, woefully underqualified just winging it.
Like,
It's like, we're living in Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is real now.
It's,
yeah,
it
like
unironically says a lot
RoboCop was
about
supposed to be
society.
fucking satire, and those OCP is more competent than the Trump admin, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and honestly,
I was gonna
like,
say,
if we're going to
like-
have like a fascist takeover of this country, I'm glad that they're incredibly incompetent like this, because you know, I think at the end of the day, the thing that's going to be their undoing is Trump and the people that he surrounds himself with.
Yeah.
I gotta steel myself. That was my brain is hurt now. Yeah, apparently Kash Patel is trying to turn the FBI into just some sort of national police force that focuses and steps on the toes of other law enforcement that is supposed to handle like violent crime. He wants them to focus on violent crime, which doesn't really make much sense. This is also when they're planning to cut 15% of their workforce too, so they're doing layoffs as well, especially like they're doing layoffs in the face of ICE being gassed up with all that money. So this seems like yet another instance of Trump inadvertently destroying the morale of one of the weapons in his pocket, like, and making them less effective.
which I'm glad we have our first anti-fascist president.
Yeah, JD
he's-
on.
He's doing the good fight, and I think we should support him all the way.
Yeah, I fully support Donald Trump handing out guns to the National Guard troops in DC, which
I got a question. Was Hitler anti-fascist? I mean, he did kill Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's ask Charlie Kirk.
Oh, don't do that.
But yeah, Trump is apparently going to allow the troops in the National Guard troops in DC to start carrying guns. Now, the initial reporting on this was that it was going to be the Sig Sauer P320 pistol, which, and I apologize if I got that wrong. I'm not a super gun guy or anything, but from what I've seen, that pistol has a bad habit of going off inadvertently and shooting cops in the dick. Like, it seems to be the cop dick shooting gun. to the point where I guess that was ICE's handgun of choice until recently, where they switched to a different one because of all the dick shooting. So I guess they have a lot of spare dick shooters that they're trying to hand out to these guys.
Before we move forward, I'll let you finish.
Sorry, I'll be done in a second here. Meanwhile, according to Fox News here, and Judge Janine, they're gonna stop prosecuting people carrying like having possession of rifles or shotguns in DC. So I guess you can just have those now. So I think that they are tired of the fact that like people have just been kind of knuckling down, and like they're getting yelled at, of course, but nothing's actually really happened in the way of like any sort of retaliation against their occupation of DC, aside from that guy throwing a sandwich and then getting a felony charge and immediately got thrown out.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the plan was to have like some sort of like organized resistance, I guess, shooting at cops so they can be like, oh, look, the streets are so dangerous, we need to send tanks.
Yeah, their fucking Reichstag fire was big balls getting stomped out. That's
like it's people are so used to the United States just occupying their cities with cops that, like I said, there's just another layer to it. Like, who gives a shit?
I do wonder, like, so that big balls thing, are either of you familiar with what the details of that supposedly are?
No.
No.
So the final story that they came out with is that Big Balls got randomly carjacked. He was with his girlfriend, and he got carjacked by two 15-year-olds. And he got tuned up by two 15-year-olds, one of whom was a 15-year-old girl in the official story. So either that's real and it's very funny, or it's fake, but they like stitched him up with a cover story that made him look incredibly stupid, and then went with that as their like Reichstag fire moment, because he got tuned up outside of Navy Yard, and honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of people who got fucked over by Doge, who like had enough skills to be able to pull a guy over and like give him a nice blanket party. I wouldn't be surprised if that's who he got the shit beat out of him by, and then they just came up with this other thing as a cover-up, and they like injected enough embarrassing into it to make it seem more plausible. I don't know, that's just a little tinfoil hat from me.
Diet Luigi, you're saying?
Yeah. Here's the thing, like, you may joke about it. Have you ever gotten in a fight with a 15-year-old girl? Dude, teenage girls are fucking vicious, dog. Dude, they'll fucking kill you for nothing.
Oh yeah.
At least in the Midwest, they're hard as fuck. That's scary. I don't blame this guy.
I remember those fights in high school.
Yeah, not great. A lot of grappling is what I'll say.
A lot of grappling, a lot of nail scratching.
I do remember one of my favorite lines that stuck with me is two girls almost getting in a fight, and one of them was like, "Hey, you can't fight me. I'm pregnant." And the response is, "Bitch, your face isn't pregnant."
You're fucking incredible. God.
Dude, that is stuck in my brain for like 30 years, man. It's stuck in there. Yeah, it's like 20, but
teenage girls have like dive kicks, and they got like command grab option selects and shit. You gotta watch out, you know?
Oh yeah. Fucking teenage girl parried my ass and then sent me into a cinematic command grab that lasted for 15 seconds.
I hate it when
that's such a weird isekai novel, fucking light novel title. I got suplexed by this tiny girl, and now I'm a slime.
Well, speaking of getting mentally suplexed into being a slime, here's more Trump.
Mayor Brandon Johnson vowing legal action if National Guard troops are deployed to Chicago.
I don't like the way this guy is looking at the camera. It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, oh my god. Did this guy like snort a line of coke?
To do it. They have no arresting powers.
The mayor responding to President Donald Trump, who said he'll be expanding National Guard deployments to cities other than Washington.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this.
The president's Oval Office comments come as Chicago police data shows overall crime.
People are asking a lot of questions about my hat. That explains that I was right about everything.
And violent crime is down 23%.
I can't believe he's wearing that shit.
I know.
Also, what are these subtitles for ants?
Yeah, you know, I like how the text on his hat's huge. The text on the screen's tiny. What the fuck are they doing here?
Is a sign of authoritarianism.
The president claiming many in Chicago want the Guard.
Screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago.
Beautiful ladies.
Donald Trump for hearing us.
Zoe Lee and Daniel Carter Walters founded the conservative group Chicago Flips Red and says despite CPD's numbers, many don't feel safe.
And if the Democrat Party, only thing they can do help us to tell us crime is down, then hey, we welcome the National Guard.
The most normal people possible are supporting this.
The Illinois National Guard says it has not received any orders for such a mission.
Yeah,
okay,
so
here's the thing: like southern cities have worse crime rates. All done by white people. Get mad at me all you want. If you want to go, Chicago's full of crime because of the black people, the crime brain. Like that doesn't make any sense for majority white areas that have more crime. I don't even
think that's the OS they're going with, to be honest.
Well,
I think,
here's the thing:
like,
people point to Chicago crime because it's full of black people, and they go, "Oh, the black people are gonna use their crime brains or something." Yeah, it's a dog whistle. It's not. It's divorced from reality. Your skin color, your ethnicity has nothing to do with crime. I'm sorry.
You understand? Well, if you measure the shape of their skull, you can see their crime glands excrete too much turbinol.
If you realize the history of law enforcement in this country, the history of how the United States functions, you realize a lot of it is eugenics and a lot of it is phrenology.
Yeah.
The state has never gotten over phrenology being proven wrong.
That's the animus that they're operating with underneath all of it. But like the line that they're going with, the absurd one, is these, like, the people who live in these areas, the black people specifically, I've seen Trump say multiple times, want this. Like, they want armed thugs with guns to patrol their cities, harassing people for smoking legally smoking weed on their porch. I saw some chicken fucker go up to a dude who was just, like, you know, trying to de-stress on his porch, and he was like, you need to stop smoking that pot because Donald Trump doesn't like that anymore. And like, okay, great. I don't care what Donald Trump likes. We have a legal system. Like, I understand why the guy didn't tell the armed, like, goon on his steps to go fuck himself, but, like,
he should have.
That's what we should be telling these people, especially, like, I don't think in this specific instance, I think that guy was FBI rather than ICE, but, like, especially ICE, anyone who's an American citizen should just tell those guys to fuck right off.
Yeah, really. You should do other things to ICE agents, but I'm not going to say it for legal reasons. I'm not even joking about this.
Yeah. In other news, did you hear about my new favorite SoundCloud rapper, Actionable Threat?
Yeah, and his favorite song, "You Shoot Every ICE Agent in the Head." Dude, those bars go hard.
But yeah, this of course has caused Governor Flintstone to start yelling at Trump more, which is always funny. I like seeing these guys fight. Like, honestly, like, I know that, like, the Newsom bot AI bullshit is getting super annoying, but I'm on team Newsom gives Trump a heart attack. That's the team I'm on. Like, I don't want him to be anywhere near the presidency because he's American Psycho, but
yeah, Gavin Newsom, or as I like to call him, Gavin, you should set up a noose.
In Minecraft?
No, in real life. The call of the void is calling for you, Gavin. Do it.
But continuing with the retribution presidency, as, like, Trump has called it recently, Trump had the FBI raid John Bolton's house.
What?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't like, just, you know, more Monday morning quarterbacking this fascist takeover here. I don't know if this is the first, like, major politician you want to go after like this. I feel like you would pick a more squishy Democrat target. Maybe he felt that he couldn't due to the whole Epstein of it all, and he was afraid that, like, if he did that, somebody would, like, kick more info about that shit up. Maybe, like, Bolton has some compromise that he's trying to take care of relating to Epstein. I don't know. It could also just be spite. Both of these guys are shitty assholes, and they don't like each other. Like, John Bolton, of course, being one of the major architects behind the Iraq War, major figure in the Bush administration, all that jazz. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Weird choice to make. I feel like this is going to do nothing but, like, depolarize the never Trumpers who made the jump after he, like, won the ticket. Especially like NatSec Republicans are not going to like this at all. And yeah. I feel like a lot of Trump's moves are just him sanding off, like, a small part of his base. And it's funny because that's kind of how he won his election in the first place. Like, he would just go to groups that, like, you know, might be like 20,000, 30,000 people all said and done. But he would essentially just say, I'm going to give you what you want, vote for me, blah, blah, blah. And he did that enough to where all these little groups and interests glommed on to the major project. Now that's going to start happening in reverse as his support, well, I mean, his approval rating is already at the lowest point it was in his first term and still trending downward. And we haven't even really started feeling the full punch of the tariffs yet. And the ICE budget hasn't kicked in. There's so much shit that it can just overwhelm him.
See, and this is why he's trying to, like, reach heaven through violence, you know? He's like, I'm gonna die soon, I'm gonna go to heaven. And, like, I think he knows, like, this is all ticking time bombs, and he's like, I need to escape the cycle of samsara. I need to be reincarnated as, like, I don't know, a pebble or something.
Reaching heaven through violence. I want that on my tombstone.
Yeah.
But speaking of being overwhelmed by history, and I wanted to leave us out on a good note. Two good notes, actually. One, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is free for the time being. In a move that I feel is like a 1-2 punch, because it doesn't make any sense given that he's from PG County. That's not within the Baltimore city limits, but the DHS sent him a note that was like, you have 72 hours to report to the Baltimore ICE building, which doesn't make any sense because that, like, there are other, like, if you just wanted a guy to report to, like, a courthouse or a precinct or whatever, there are other ICE installations much closer to where he actually resides, but they're not in one of the cities that Trump wants to target. They're in the sprawl. So I think that that's definitely part of that move, but his lawyers at least are going to, like, you know, work with the judge to slap a temporary stay on that order to report for extradition to fucking Uganda, which doesn't make any sense because he's not Ugandan, but I guess we have a contract to just send people to Uganda now, which is awesome, great, but, you know, they ate shit on the Kilmar thing, and they're going to eat more shit on the Kilmar thing. And also, a federal judge, has ordered Alligator Auschwitz to shut down in 60 days and says that no more new detainees can be brought in, which, that's a victory. It might not seem like it, given that they're probably going to take those 60 days to figure out, like, some contingency to keep it open or some, like, just some hellhole to transfer these innocent people to, but getting this bullshit shut down is at least, like, sending a message that, hey, there's resistance here within the mechanism still. Like, it's not a free-for-all.
Look, any news like this is good news, okay? Yeah. No matter how small.
Yeah, I do think that, like, I don't get the point of a 60-day drawdown. I feel like a lot of the time when, like, you see a random, like, oh, you have, like, a year to do this, or, like, like how it gets tacked onto minimum wage increase bills that like it's done over like 6 years or something. I feel like that's just an attempt to drag like feet in to allow time for people to drag their feet on it and just like slow down the whole thing, or like I said, come up with some alternative plan. But for now, at least, that specific hellhole will be no more in 2 months, and yeah, small victories. But yeah, I think that unless my two co-hosts have anything else, that's going to round us out for today.
Nah, the biggest story out of all this was Cracker Barrel at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Dude, like, I hate living through history. I'm going to say this. Like, historical events are supposed to happen once every decade, you know? But we're getting it, like, every fucking day, and I'm really tired of it. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, these times sure are fucking interesting, aren't they?
The times are changing, but also not. I will say this, and I've said this to you personally, like in private. COVID destroyed time. COVID made everything this like gray, like Demon Souls before life, or Dark Souls before life sprouted out. We're just stuck in this vague, timeless goo, and it sucks that we're getting the same people doing the same shit and being like, oh, you know, that last time was, you know, not great, but this time's going to be great. And it's the same people saying that over and over forever. It's just gonna be the same people.
Yeah, I think that like this is a joke for the history dorks out there. Trump really seems like the Napoleon III of Hitler.
Yeah.
Like, where it's just, you know, he's trying to do the same shit, but it's just an incredibly incompetent farce. And, you know, maybe that's cope. Maybe that's me just hoping for something different. But I think that more and more people every day are hoping for something different, you know. I mean, somebody's got to do it, right?
What's up with computers? Computers. Yo, computer.